Texas Tech University Red Raiders are with us. They are number 3 seed in the West region. They represent the Big 12 Conference. They will play number 14 seeded UNC Wilmington tomorrow night at 9:10. The head coach is Grant McCaslin. The men's basketball contact is Wes Bloomquist. On the dais, we have Elijah Hawkins, Darian Williams, JT Toppin, and we will go straight to questions for the three young men up here. Start right here on the aisle.
Hey, Darian, just give us an update on how you're feeling and expect you to play tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'll be out there tomorrow.
And then just question for the guys, your thoughts on North Carolina Wilmington coming in here and getting to play you guys in this tournament.
Elijah, we'll start with you, and we'll go that way down the road.
I feel like after watching a couple of their games and film, I feel like they're a team that plays really hard, and we'll just have to match their intensity and come out on top.
Yeah, they play really physical, really tough for 40 minutes, and it's not going to be an easy game.
Yeah, going off what they said, we just got to match their intensity because of how hard they play, and we just got to play harder. So that's really our game plan towards the game.
Very smart class. Got a question right here in the second row.
They are now top 15 in rebound margin. Coach McCaslin has been preaching to you guys all year about winning the rebound battle. How crucial will that obviously be here in game one?
JT, we'll start with you this time. We'll come this way towards me.
That's really crucial, just especially with me just being like a good rebounder. So we're going to have to win that battle for sure, and we've been working on it. So, yeah, we're going to have to be physical in that aspect of it.
Yeah, like you said, we've been working on that a lot in practice, and they're big and long, pause. So we just got to hit first and be more physical than them.
I'll just pick up off what they said. We definitely heard about their rebounding and their offensive rebounding, and we just got to box out, and we played a lot of teams that have good offensive rebounders, and the teams have been good offensive rebounding teams. So, we just got to rebound, and we're gonna do a good job of that. So, yeah.
Yep, right there on the aisle. Thank you.
All you guys have played in the tournament before. What's it going to take to, win and advance the tournament? Something that you guys have not been able to do so far.
Elijah, please.
Just play for each other. That's what we've been doing all year, and just playing for each other and just giving our all on every possession, and just taking it game after game. I think will help us achieve our goals.
Yeah, like you said, just playing together and then coming out from the jump ready to play. Last year we came out pretty flat against NC State and didn't work out, so just coming out ready to play from the beginning.
Yeah, going off what they said, really just playing for each other, playing unselfish, and just playing good on the defensive end because defense wins games. So really our defense is going to have to be up to par.
Anything else for the Red Raiders of Texas Tech? All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Best of luck tomorrow night. Seahawks and Red Raiders, late one, 9:10 Central Time. Head coach will be up here at 3:50 Central Time, 3:50. We're going to ask him to start off with a statement about his team, about being here in Wichita, and then we'll go to questions. Grant, please.
Yeah, what an awesome opportunity to be in the NCAA tournament. This is it takes a lot of people to make this happen, and I'm thankful to be at a university that loves basketball, that supports, that genuinely cares about our guys, and there's not a better community and place to play basketball than Lubbock, Texas. We're thankful to be here, obviously playing a tremendous opponent. Wichita is an awesome basketball town, and we have a lot of respect for Wilmington and Coach Siddle and what they're doing and how hard they play, and looking forward to tomorrow.
Two questions up. One right there, and then Gina will come up in the second row. Thank you.
Hey, Coach. We heard from Darian Williams saying he's good to go tomorrow. Where's Chance McMillan at?
Yeah, Chance is going to be closer to a game time decision. We are confident that at some point we'll get him back, just hopeful it's sooner rather than later.
I guess with those injuries, does it make it more important to try to, I know every win is a win at this stage, but to build a lead early so maybe you don't have to play some of those players as much early in the tournament?
At this point, watching Wilmington on film, having faced them in the past, I mean, there's no saving anybody for anything. This is do everything we can to put ourselves in a position to play our best basketball tomorrow, and I do believe that's going to take everybody every second in order for that to happen.
You were in UNC Wilmington's shoes when it was North Texas taking down Purdue. I guess now being on this side of it, knowing what it takes to be able to knock out, a higher seed, knowing what they're going through, what do you guys, I guess, having to do to counter that?
Well, I think it's a basketball game, and I think you got to remember that's the intent, is for hopefully 40 minutes, you're the best team. So honestly, I try to communicate this with our guys as clear as I can, and I think there's enough experience over the course of the season that you play different teams that you have a lot of respect for, that may not be nationally known in regards to your guys, but you know how good they are. And our guys respect this now. And we've had to win games where people didn't expect us to be good. We didn't have one player mentioned in an all-conference role in the preseason. We were picked 7th in our league, and we finished up 2nd, which we wanted to be 1st, and we ended up with all-conference players. So, I think our guys uniquely understand it does not matter what other people think. You get 40 minutes to prove you're the better team. And that's what our focus has been. And our focus has been, how do we get better? We practiced in preparation for it today, and we went live and we got after it. And because we have things we can improve on as a team. So I just think that's our mindset, is play it 40 minutes, get after it, scrap. You respect everybody, and you better get better over the course of those 40 minutes in order to win in the NCAA tournament.
Question right here in the second row, Gina, on the end.
Coach, Wilmington's coach came in and talked about rebounding is going to be key. They've only lost 3 or 4 games when they lost the rebounding battle. How key is rebounding?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. I have a ton of respect for this Wilmington team because of the way they compete on the glass. And when we watched a lot of their CAA games, they bullied people. And they do such a good job of winning in the margins. And they've got great size, which I think is unique. And they also not only have great size around the basket, but they got great size at the guard spots. They got a point guard that's 6'7". They got a big team, and they utilize it well. Not a lot of people utilize it. So we do feel like rebounding is going to be huge in this one, and creating extra possessions as well as limiting theirs.
Coach, the motto has always been, toughest team wins. That's what's going to happen tomorrow.
I don't care who you play. That's the way we feel it's going to be. And it's fun to watch people shoot it well. We love to make baskets like everybody does, but in this one, it'll be that first 50-50 that's bouncing on the ball. I'll be interested to see who comes up with it, and I do feel like those winning in the margins is going to determine the outcome of this one.
We have a Zoom question.
Coach, how do you feel this team has handled the adversity of this year, and are they as prepared as you wanted them to be at the beginning of this year?
Well, I think anytime you get to this stage of the season, you're not confused on what your team is. And one thing that we've continued to do is when we've guarded well and we've rebounded well, we've given ourselves a chance to win all those games. And so, our improvement in those areas have been what allowed us to have the best road record we've ever had in our league, and in the Big 12, that is, for Texas Tech. And that's kind of become something that we believe in and we feel like significant in order to win.
Back row, thank you.
Coach, over the last week, a lot has been made about the number of bids that different conferences have received. What kind of camaraderie do you have among the Big 12 coaches in trying to, I know you pull for a lot of friends and other acquaintances you have in the tournament, but is there a sense between the collective teams of the Big 12 that are in the tournament that you're really trying to help each other and to try to advance the profile of the conference as a whole?
Oh, no question. Anytime you go through the gauntlet of the Big 12, and I'll tell you, this year is the first time, obviously, we played 20 games. And then you add to it that there were no buys. So, I mean, there really was a survival component to this. And you get to the end, and the coaches in this league, man, they're Hall of Famers. And what I love about the coaches and the teams is they're not just Hall of Famers in regards to how they've competed historically, but they're like genuine guys that do care about their teams and care about the teams in the Big 12 and the willingness to help going into the tournament. And I do know that we feel like we're prepared. I mean, just by the sheer number of teams in the tournament doesn't mean that league will necessarily have success. And I do think that there's an edge. I mean, if you look at the previous champions before UConn, I mean, the Big 12 was well represented. And to put ourselves back in the position of competing for national champions, I do think we got teams in this league that are capable and have the opportunity to do it. And there's a lot of help in regard to this tournament and helping each other.
We have 5 minutes to go in this session. We have 2 questions up. Thank you.
What would you say is the primary concern when playing against UNCW after having the week to kind of watch them and scout them out?
A lot of teams, I think, they played at Kansas earlier this year, and I think a lot of teams come into this tournament, you don't really know what the makeup of the team is necessarily and their anticipation of how to compete in this. And watching them play and talking to coaches that have played them, they have a championship mentality. I mean, they definitely play the next play. They don't have a lot of lulls. They've consistently won 20 games under Coach Siddle and finished in the top 2 or 3 in that league consistently over the last 4 years. And so I just know that's the way they compete. And anytime you have teams that maybe get in the tournament that catch fire at the end and didn't have necessarily a great season, they've had great seasons every year. So I just watch them and know that they're a team that's not going to go away. They're going to compete every second, and you're going to have to beat them. You're not going to go out there and win a game because you played okay. You're going to have to go out there and play your best basketball to win.
Thought we had 2 on the right side. No? Anything else for the head coach? Yes, down here in the front. Thank you.
Hey, Coach, you spoke earlier during the season about how the closeness of teams really do well. I think we were talking about the NFL team, but your team is super close. And can you just talk about how closeness can help? And also, just being March Madness, you're trying to win to advance to play with this team, but also to keep this family of guys together for one more game.
Yeah, there's a finality to the end of the season that I think everybody can kind of look at it both ways. You can tense up and be like, man, this could be it. But I do think that love wins over fear. I really do. And there's a genuineness in the way our guys love being around each other. You can try to fabricate it with retreats, which is what we do. You can try to build it by the way you compete. But I think going through difficult times as a team is the best way to see how much they really care about each other. And there's been enough of that, whether it be injury, whether it be, losses in important parts of the season. But I will tell you, sometimes you get to the end and guys look at each other and there's a little bit of like, let's just be okay with whatever happens. I do think that there's a sincereness in regards to the way our guys love each other and that they don't want it to end. Not based off of, oh no, what happens if we lose, but because they really do want to go compete. They love basketball and they love each other, and that combination is what I think makes the difference in teams that advance.
Grant, thank you very much. Best of luck tomorrow night against Wilmington. We were dismissed.
Thank you. Wreck 'em.
Thank you, everyone. Yep, sure thing. Great job.